Yes, Shagun, describe about yourself as well as your district, Muradabad.
Sir, my name is Shagun Chaudhary. I belong to Muradabad district of Uttar Pradesh. I have done my schooling from Muradabad only. The graduation I have completed from Delhi University Rajdhani College in BA program. And since 2019, sir, I have been preparing for the CAPF examination, and it is my second interview, sir. Sir, I have also been selected as a sub-inspector in Uttar Pradesh Police, and my training will commence from next month. And sir, talking about Muradabad, Muradabad belongs in an area western Uttar Pradesh, and it lies between Delhi and Lucknow. And sir, it was set up by the Shah Jahan governor Rustam Khan on a name on his younger son name, the Raja Murad. And the Muradabad is sir famous for its eatable like Muradabadi dal and Muradabadi chicken biryani.
Muradabad is also known as Brass City.
Yes, sir.
So, what kind of brass equipments, utensils are made there?
Sir, it basically handicraft and the giftable items of brass, which are mainly exported to the Middle East and European country.
Okay. So, will you be joining with the UP police as sub inspector, or would you like to join assistant commandant with the CAPF?
Sir, definitely assistant commandant CAPF. I have been working sir for 3 years for this, and UP police sir was a backup only.
Okay. So, why you want to join with the CAPF as assistant commandant?
Sir, actually, there was an inclination towards the defense forces from my school time only, and I've been preparing for sixth class from Sainik school till NDA, then CDS. And I think the lifestyle which CABF offers, sir, suits more to my personality. I like to be physically more active and more social. And the career prospects that are available in CABF, I think, sir, it is unmatchable.
Okay. So, you have appeared for NDA as well as CDS. But what is it
Yes,
that you are not making the mark so far?
sir, I was not able to clear the written in the NDA time, but during the CDS, I believe that I was not very well prepared in the interview part. And I think I do not know much about the psychology. Maybe, sir, there were some lacuna which I cannot assess.
Okay, okay. How team spirit is developed in the forces?
So the most important, like you must know about each and everyone. You must know about your Jawan should know about you. And second, sir, through sports participation. Third, sir, we can have together dinner, like we have Bada Khana in the forces. That also, sir, develop the team spirit and conducting operations together with each other, sir. Also develop the team spirit.
Which game did you play during school and college days?
Sir, I have played volleyball, badminton, cricket, roller skating.
Okay. How will you prepare the team of volleyball given that you are the in charge of CRPF company?
I think, sir, first of all, there will be a trial specifically based on the position. I will try to identify who can be the libero, who can be the setter, and who has a good height, sir. I will believe the good height and the good jump to prepare him for the smashes. So the trial will organize in that way and will conduct an inter-company match so that the best player can emerge out, especially in the pressure situation.
Okay. What is the role and task of Cobra Battalion of CRPF?
Sir, Cobra stands for the Commando Battalion for Resolute Action, and it is basically deals with the Naxalism area in the red corridor, especially in the Bihar, Jharkhand, and the Chhattisgarh. And it is specifically mastered in the jungle warfare and guerrilla.
Okay. Besides using security forces, how can we check Naxalite problem?
I think, sir, we must address the development deficit that is there. The forest bureaucracy which is there, sir, also need to be much more transparent. And whatever the schemes which we have implemented, like allotting the land, should be, sir, effectively implemented on the ground. And the civil action program, like providing them schools and colleges, can be, sir, an additional measure, I believe.
What should be done by the corporate sector who are involved in extraction of mining in those areas? How they can be made responsible to the need of Adivasis?
I think, sir, the first of all, the land which we acquire from the tribals should be only taken after taking due permission from their gram panchayat. And second, sir, there should be more employment opportunity to the tribal area if you are developing a factory there.
Okay. There is word known as CSR, corporate sector responsibility. What do you understand by that?
Sir, it is basically measure that the most of the corporates which are earning huge package should have a devote a particular amount of their turnover or for the social responsibility in like education, health sector, and in the tribal area.
Okay. You have been the college president of student organization. Describe
Yes,
your
sir.
experience.
So basically, I was a unit president of a student party, and my role was to basically conduct the election so that I can make my group win. I have to identify which are the potential candidates who can win the election for our unit organization and supporting in the DUSU university level. So my experience was very brilliant at that time. I have gained a lot of leadership experience by managing a group of large group of 2025. I have been also a part of organizing the fest, the cultural fest and the Diwali Mela fest. And apart from it, sir, I have learned a lot of things like you cannot, sometimes you have to take very unlikely decision. You have to identify which man can be suitable for the best role and such type of things that I've developed during that.
Okay. One of your hobbies is reading defense blogs. What do you read in that?
Yes, sir, whatever the defense blog are published in the print and the Chanakya forum, sir, I follow. In this type of, I read the blog which are mentioned.
Okay. What are the latest developments that is Make in India project as far as the defense is concerned are taking place these days?
Sir, the Defense Expo has been running in the Gandhinagar, and in which we have shown a lot of new skills, like we have shown the loitering munitions, the new kind of drone by the Adani, and there are new variants of the Pinaka have been showcased in that. And apart from it, sir, we have also conduct our own aircraft carrier. We have developed our own LCH Prachand. So there have been a lot of developments, sir, in that prospect.
Okay, Pakistan have been using the drones for sending arms, ammunition, and drugs. Similarly, Russian army has also used kamikaze drones for striking the Kiev, capital of the Ukraine. What are the differences between the two drones?
So the drones which are used by the Pakistan is basically to transport the ammunitions and the narcotics, whereas the kamikaze drone are suicide drones, sir. That is particularly called the Shahid drone from the Iran. So they are using it as a suicide drone, and they are, sir, very hard to intercept, and the air defense system cannot intercept that kamikaze drones.
Okay, but Iran has refused. The foreign minister of Iran said, we have not supplied it to the Russia.
But sir, the presence, but the security agency and the intelligence of the West has mentioned like there have been a deal of 200 plus kamikaze drones, and they have been spotted. The ground images of whatever the drone has spotted, sir, it resembled to the Shahid drone of Iran.
Okay. What is the role and task of NIA in our country?
Sir, NIA was set up after the 2007 Mumbai attack, and it was basically to investigate and prosecute whoever the participant are in the terrorist organization and terrorist activities.
Okay. NIA is currently raiding the gangsters' houses in Haryana, Punjab, Delhi,
Yes.
Chandigarh. Why is it so?
So because there have been interception that there is a Khalistani terrorist called Rinda, who has been managing all these organized groups like Lawrence Vishnoi and Jaggu Bhanpuria. So there is a complete nexus which is supporting the anti-national activities in the adjoining areas. So NIA is conducting some such kind of raid.
Okay, okay. What is the role and task of Interpol?
Sir, Interpol is a global police we called, and in Interpol, sir, there are coordinate agencies in each of the countries which cooperate with the Interpol. Like there is CBI for India, and a notice has been sent to the target countries, or like that corner notice, blue corner notice.
Okay, okay. How Interpol collects and collates and disseminates the information?
So the Interpol is basically a cooperating agency, and they judge that whatever the evidence the CBI has given, like is it sufficient to issue a red corner notice or not? If it is sufficient, sir, they contact with the nodal agency of the target nation. Like in case of Canada, they will cooperate with their agency, and they will mention like this is the criminal which you have to basically trace and tell about this.
Basically, they used artificial intelligence in collection, collation, and dissemination of the information. That is the handprints, fingerprints, then your iris scan, eye scan, then your DNA matching, and then the criminal records. All these are put on the computers and then they are shared with the concerned agencies.
Okay.
And it becomes a big data in itself, which can be retrieved at the time of need. Okay. Why Myanmar is in news these days, as far India is concerned?
Sir, in the southern Myanmar, there is an extremist group who has abducted lot of IT professionals from the southern part of India, and they are using it for the cyber criminal activities.
Okay. So Indian embassy talked to the Myanmar embassy and they said this area is not in our control. So how to get release all these computer engineers who have fallen trap to these scoundrels?
I think so. I think sir, we will have to negotiate with the extremist organization and the ethnic tribal group which are organizing in that particular southern Myanmar, and we have to cooperate with the agencies of the Thailand as well because it is on the border area. So yes.
Okay. The military junta of the Myanmar said we can't operate there because it is beyond our control. So in such cases, if there is no cooperation from the Thailand or from the Myanmar, then what should be the action on the part of India?
Sir, I think then we should have to opt for the military action along with the cooperation of the Myanmar. We should try to find out the correct intelligence of the coordinate and where we can send our commando team, sir, to
Okay,
evacuate
fine.
our
This is the
nationals.
military action we are talking about. What about the awareness among the general public so that they do not fall prey to such organization again?
Definitely, sir. There should be a circular in the newspaper as well as in the online website, sir. Because most of the targeted people belong to which are serving currently in the UAE and in the Middle East. So most of the awareness should be sent there, and regarding their parents, sir, they should be made much more aware.
Okay. What kind of problem Prime Minister of England Truss is passing through these days?
So basically, the steps which have been taken, like huge tax cut and the energy subsidy scheme, so it has been facing the backlash because of the economic stagnation the England is facing. There has been a huge inflation, and the business is collapsing there. So this is the difficulty the prime minister is facing. So she has made her finance minister resign, and he has withdrawn all the other steps taken.
Okay. How India should be prepared to meet the border challenges vis-a-vis China?
So first of all, we need to ensure that we can have a proper logistic supply and infrastructure, especially in the Ladakh and in the northeastern Arunachal. Second, sir, we should maintain a posture like this, that we are not going to be suppressed, or we should have always a mirror deployment if there is something from the Chinese perspective. And we should develop, sir, lighter tanks, especially to fight a combat situation in Ladakh region.
Okay. We should be prepared for two-pronged war, and that too for protected period. This was recently said by Air Force Chief. So what do you mean by that?
Yes, sir. The two-front war basically means that we have facing the challenge from the Pakistan as well as the China. So we should have preparedness. The Air Force Chief wants that we should have a proper 42 squadron of Air Force to combat a two-front situation and be ready to face it.
He also said that tomorrow's war cannot be fought with the yesterday's might. Amplify.
Sir, the yesterday mind, I mean to say, as far as I aware, that we should have to be much more proactive. Like we cannot be suppressed, and we should be always very militarily eager to give action, to respond if there is any action from Chinese perspective. And we should develop doctrines of warfare of present era.
And we should fine-tune our skills also with the passage of time. Whatever the advancements are coming in the defense technology, in the defense equipment, in the modern warfare, we should be adept in handling them. Because if we say that general of 30 years back will be successful in the field tomorrow, that is a kind of wrong thinking. Today's general must be adopted in the modern warfare.
Yes,
What lesson do we learn from the Ukraine-Russia conflict as far as the statement of Air Force Chief is concerned?
so the first lesson was that the war which Russia started was basically preceded by the cyber attack. So first we have to learn that that cyber attack and the conventional warfare will go hand in hand. Second, sir, we should need to adapt to the drone skill. Like we should have a more UAV, which we can send in the hostile region without worrying about our pilot. Third, sir, we need to revise our doctrine of using the artillery and the mechanized column. We must have to work upon the lighter tank and using handheld anti-tank gun. Apart from it, sir, we can learn that we have to become self-sufficient, as no one is going to help in the longer time. So we must develop our own industry if we face a long war, so that we can handle it.
The most important lesson I think the modern generals have learned, that war cannot end in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Earlier, when the war started in the month of February, almost all the generals on the TV channel were speaking that Russia will be able to annex the Ukraine within a period of 3-4 weeks. That has proved to be a policy on the part of generals. So that is why he was saying that we should be now prepared for the protected war. Why he was saying for protected war?
So because of the longer duration of the war that can happen.
Because war doesn't, you do not simply assess the capability of that nation. You also assess the capability of those nations who will come and jump into the field at the time of crisis and help that nation.
Yeah.
So what is happening in Ukraine? Basically, war machinery is coming from NATO. So this war machinery has added the strength of the Ukraine. Soldiers are fine. Soldiers are from Ukraine. But war machinery is coming from NATO, which has made the war protected one. Even in some parts of the Khartoum, they are withdrawing. Russians are withdrawing now. So these challenges must be kept in the mind by all the leaders who want to serve in the armed forces, be it CAPF or be it in Navy, Air Force or Army. Why you couldn't make last time in the interview?
Sir, I think I lagged in the written part. I was only scoring 5 or 6 marks above the written cutoff.
Okay, okay. So you were lacking in the second paper or first paper?
Sir, first paper.
Okay, okay. So this time you think that you have improved very well.
Yes, sir, definitely in the written part.
Okay, okay. Good. What are the personality traits do you think you have in you which make you fit and eligible for an officership in CAPF?
Sir, I think first of all, I have a leadership experience that can be helpful for me. Second, sir, I believe that I am perseverance. I have a quality of perseverance. I do not give up very easily. Third, I think the social adaptability to adapt with different places in the different group. I think that skills I also have, sir. Fourth, I would like to mention that I am hardworking, very hardworking. And apart from it, I think, sir, I am physically fit and very active in the sports.
Okay, good. What are your weaknesses?
Sir, there are 2, 3 weaknesses that I think I need to work upon. The first of all, I think the time management. I think I do not stick sometime to my time limit. And second, sir, I feel that sometimes I feel difficulty in saying no to people. I think that I need to work upon. Third, I mentioned that I lack in the multitasking aspect. So I think I need to work upon that.
Okay. How can you manage the time? What methods will you devise so that you manage the time? Because it is one of the important function of the armed force leader. They must manage the time. They are always short of time.
Yes, sir. I think, sir, it is a habit that you will develop gradually. You have to be consistent and you have to be stick to your time limit. You have to be allot proper time to each and everything and try to stick on that. And slowly it will become in your schedule.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. We'll stop the interview.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.